All right, I'm going to get you set up here with how to use Frame.io. Now, let's say you get your video all edited, it's all done, you got your audio all set, audio's leveled out, your graphics are in, and you want to share the video that we have here with someone for review to get some feedback on. So we get it all done. You're going to come up to Window, and you're going to go down for Review with Frame.io. And you're going to go ahead and select that. And then this box is probably going to pop up for you to go ahead and sign in. And what we need to do is we need to connect your Adobe Premiere account with Frame.io. So we got everything kind of talking together. So you are going to need to go sign in. You go ahead and click that, and another box is going to pop up that's going to welcome you. My recommendation here is just go ahead and use your G.dot address. Get that all set up. Use your school address, the same one that you're using for your Adobe Premiere account. I think that's going to simplify things quite a bit. And then go ahead and hit sign in with Google. Go ahead and use your G.dot address for that. And then it's going to get everything synced. It's going to get you set with your Frame.io account, and it's going to have authentication complete. And we see here in the background, it is going to preload with some stuff that's back there. Your Frame.io does have some limited space, so we will end up deleting some of those things later on. Feel free to check them out, though, if you want to, before you get ready to delete them and all those things. So now that we have your Frame.io linked up and we've got our video down here, there are a couple different ways to go ahead and do this, but I think we want to go ahead and select everything down there in our sequence. So I always go down, you can highlight everything or just hit Command A, Window A to go ahead and get everything selected and to get it set. And then we can go ahead, and you can't hit the share button because share for review is not an option, so we don't want to do that. We want to come over and we want to use this upload function that we have here. And if we go to upload and we go ahead and select that, we want to go ahead and do the active sequence. And then you go ahead and just set this, which sequence do you want, get your preset set, probably the defaults are fine. Again, we're just looking at this for a review. I think it's probably a good idea to go ahead and change your name. If it's just untitled or sequence ones, go ahead and give that a change so that whoever you're sharing this with can kind of see what the video is about. I think that might help you. And then as you're coming down here, we got everything checked, and we're just going to go ahead and upload it. Okay, go ahead and upload it. Now you see here, it's not set, so it's not allowing us to go ahead and save that and get it uploaded yet, right? So that's not going to allow us to get there. So we go back in here, and you need to hit those three little dots for the set. It's actually asking for a scratch disk, right? Where are we going to render these files on your computer locally? And so what I probably just recommend you go ahead and doing is either in your username, just make a folder that says rendered files and click on that and choose to have that there. Or if you don't have a folder set up yet, right, to keep all of your things in, go ahead and do last name and then your first name, create a folder there. Inside that folder, again, this just makes it so things aren't messy. We're going to go ahead and create another folder after that called rendered files. You could call it rendered. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it Frame.io files. Just something you know, this is where you're going to be able to put these things moving forward. And then once you get that set, you just hit OK. And now it should have a path there for you. You're going to hit OK, and then you're going to be able to hit that upload button. And you see it's going to take a minute or two to go ahead and get everything uploaded. So what it's doing right now is it's processing the video, the audio, everything that you made in your story. It's processing it, it's uploading it into this Frame.io. It's going to run some media encoder stuff on you here in a second, but it's getting everything set so that you can share it with somebody for review. And so we have that all go through. We've got media encoder that is set up. When media encoder comes up, if it's for the first time it's ever there, it might ask you to get access to the computer. Just hit OK, just agree to it. There's nothing special there that it needs to do or that you need to worry about. It's just making sure that your Adobe Premiere can work with Frame.io. We see it rendering there in that blue bar, and then it gets all done. And so when it gets done there, we can essentially click out, right, in that bottom right box there. We saw it render real quick. Nothing's happening now. And in that background, we see that our video now is a black box back there. We see it. We see it's come up. So I'm going to click out of the encoder there. And we see our video has been created right there, and that's going to be super good. It's going to be super great. It's going to make it so now we can share it with people, right? So we can share, and we can click that share for review button. We can go ahead and click that copy link and send it for somebody to review, right? That's going to totally work. And you basically just take that link right there. You can Slack it to people. You can email it to people. You can also come over these three dots right there on the video itself and go up to share for review. And I'd probably recommend that just so you don't get the wrong one or select the wrong thing. But just go ahead and get the three dots on the video. Copy that, and then you can go ahead via Slack, via email, however you want. Go ahead and submit that with someone, and then they're going to have access to it. And so you see here, this is what it looks like on the other end. I've got a video here that has been shared with me. This is that same one that the person shared with me. And I've made some comments, right? You're seeing those little blue dots on the video right here where I've made comments. You can even draw over thing and then give art direction on what you want to do if you want somebody to zoom somewhere or crop something out. I think those things work really well. And adding comments is really super easy to do. So you get to where you want the playhead to be. You can really go frame by frame on these things, and you can make little notes here like, ooh, I really like this. Don't change it. This is really good. And I can hit send. Now, the first time you do it, you will need to note who you are. So just put your GDOT address in here if you want. I've already signed in before, so it recognizes me right up there. You might put your name then after it just so people know who's making those comments. And so not only can you put like what kind of changes need to be made or that you really like things, that drawing feature is actually pretty nice and really good to see. And so if you see here, you can go in there and you can draw a couple arrows. I've got a couple things. Maybe I want to highlight some action going in on this part of the video. And then I can come over here with a marker and I can go ahead and I can actually draw a box around what I really would like the focus of that video to be. And I would encourage them to maybe zoom in on that thing. And then I could come down here and give some direction so they don't have to just guess what my arrows and boxes mean. But we see there I have some actual direction there and I can say, go ahead and crop in on that. Now in real time, the person on the other end is seeing the comments that I'm making. They're getting it on the other end, and so they can see those things and they can make the changes to the videos as they want. And they're going to be able to pull that up on their side of Adobe Premiere. All those things are going to change. They're going to see them on that end, and then you guys can make those changes accordingly. Again, don't forget to, when you get all these things done, you've seen it, you've made your videos, you've done the final exports, you've got all those things taken care of. Make sure to clean up that area in Frame.io just so you don't end up getting locked out of your account because you have too much stuff there that you have uploaded. Good luck. I think it's going to be a great tool for you to use, and it should help a lot with videos and helping to move forward.